Okay, here we go. Libra, what is your April of 2025 looking like? Okay, first card. So we've got Strength, beginning of the month, past, middle of the month, feeling like need to be home, and the end of month, reflecting. If we take the card that is for the root of the reading, and we also look to where your head is at. Okay. Let's have a look at these numbers. That's the 2 4s, 2 1s, 8 and 9. Lots of Psychic Master and or Visionary Master in this suit, and Loving Master or Master Teacher in the red suit. So this is not about business. This is about where you're thinking and how you're feeling. And if we look to what the astrology says, it says it is a month of reflection, and that you're looking for balance, and that your focus might be on relationships. So let's get started. So we've got the Strength card at the beginning of the month. You're feeling quite strong. You feel like you're okay. I'm gonna have to preface this later on, but feeling like there's an over-prepared, or the weight of the world I'm getting, not over-prepared for this one. Your head feels overwhelmed. But in the day-to-day, you're quite strong. Underlying this is that you have some emotional ties that you will need to address or change. Moving on to the middle of the month, maybe a bit of a homebody. We've got the number 6 there, and 6 is about love, harmony, responsibility, balance, and service. And for this card, I'm thinking about there's no place like home. There's no place like home. So what gives you a sense of home? What gives you that sense of peace? Now, where your head's at, you're feeling the love. This is the ace card, or the king card of this suit, of this deck even. The loving master or the master teacher is someone who has boundless realms of love, is nurturing. So in the middle of the month, you are feeling nurtured and supported. And we've got lots of red here, and the root of all of it is the High Priestess. So new beginnings, but also maybe more a new understanding of yourself, a new understanding of what love is to you and what gives you security. We've got red, red, red. So it's all about love. I don't do love readings. This could be self-love. This can be family love. This can be love between friends, but it is about security, the mysteries of life, the mysteries of the emotions, getting the love you need, want, desire, and deserve, and getting to that place of home, whether it be an actual physical structure or a place, a people, a feeling. Moving on to the end of the month, there is a lot of reflection. We've got the Hermitess, which is the card of the Hermit, which is a reflection. It's the end of a cycle. We've got reflection, so really looking at and considering what you learnt in the beginning of the month. And Nature's Guide, which is also another 1 card, also a bit of a mysterious card, but basically you might need to reconnect with nature. These are all outside cards. You can see there's the water, there's a garden, and then there's a mountain forest range. So, looking to nature to give you some insights into what it is you need. So, nature versus nurture is a word that keeps on coming into my head. All right, so let's get a little bit more concise. So beginning of the month, you're feeling quite strong. There is a level of freedom and movement, and perhaps this and this are linked. This is sort of overwhelmed and stymied. This is the need for change and movement, and you're feeling quite strong in these decisions. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but it's not too uncomfortable. The middle of the month is really about self-connection, self-worth, self-value, love. and finding the perfect place in love for you. You know, when we look at the loving master, it's about compassion, healing, spiritual guidance, education, old truths, wisdom, human nature. So, you know, humans, we need to be loved. We want to be loved. And in the conclusion of the month, there is definitely a period of solitude and reflection. You know, this reflection is gratitude about this beautiful heart garden and being inside, away from the cold, plain air. Here is about connecting with nature and looking to nature to get some answers. And the Hermitess is about, you know, walking through nature, going through life cycles to get to that next plane. All right, guidance for Libra. You might need to seek clarity in your relationships. And that's all sort of here. So it's definitely about how you feel in your heart. Maybe more so than your mind. All right, some clarity. Ooh, this one jumped out. Okay, we got the devil. Pop them there. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Okay. So if we do look at it at an emotional level, there, and we've got, what have we got numbers here? 19, 10, 6, 7, 8. All right, cool. Okay, so looking at this, I'd say that this strength of conviction comes from, you know, the end of a cycle where you feel quite broken. It's almost like if I'd done readings for last month, this is the result from last month, how it left you feeling, but you are strong and you know you are. It's just, you know, it buggered you. It really took you out. And you knew what you had to do. And maybe this is the, you know, it took you out, cutting the ties, overloaded with emotion, overloaded with pressure. So moving into the middle of April, you know, you've got the sun. The sun's a great card. Sun in your back, joy, celebration, got it going on. So maybe after this really difficult heart hurt time in your life, the middle of the month is focusing on self-love and self-celebration, and connecting to your higher self. You know, you don't need other people necessarily. Okay, and movement at the end of the month, change. So I think the change is this reflective mode. You know, if we compare this reflective, solitary people to the sort of fiery, combustible change sort of positions, not a lot of change here, a lot of deep reflection. Reflecting on nature, reflecting on what you have, and reflecting on where you want to go. So, and, you know, and moving on to the end point. So I think that it's important to know that you will be moving. I'm just going to get a bit of clarity if that devil card is relevant. And it's a pop out. I don't usually do the pop outs. Okay. I'd probably see this relating back to here. It's that, you know, the things you've got to cut out. This card can, you know, cutting out addiction, cutting out addictive people or personalities or things that hold you back, that chain you down. So these are linked. And once you do that, I think you enter into this realm of justice, of connection. We've got a 9 here. We've got red outfits. So I think you are the piece of justice. You feel justified in your actions and your choices. Okay, card 4, overdressed, loving master, and nature's guide. All right, we're hitting the 9-minute mark. I've got to hurry up. Okay, overdressed, loving master, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So in your head, you feel like you've been on a bit of a flight and fight. It hasn't been easy. It's been quite energetic and full on. You feel like maybe it was a battle where you don't really necessarily feel like you came out on top. Moving into the middle of the month, just don't forget what you do have behind these 2 people is, you know, this church, this stained glass window that's full of pentacles. So don't get stuck in survivor mode or victim mode. You know, keep on celebrating what you've got and what you learnt from that time. And lastly, if we look at where your head's at in relation to nature's guide, you know, you're looking at the fruits of your labor. I suppose that could come to reflecting on nature. What have you put in? What have you gotten out of it? And has that helped you? How does that help you move forward and get this sense of balance and justice? I think in this instance, this is more about balance and coherence is the word I'm getting for you. All right, Libra. So it's a good full-on month. Be a little bit cautious. Be reflective. And watch out for that full moon on April 12th because it's going to highlight this journey that you're on. So around the middle of the month, it's going to be a very emotional time. And it's up to you on how you deal with it. But don't forget to reflect on the outcomes. Okay, have a great month, Libra.